Welcome, language learners from all around the globe, to Listen Up, the podcast that takes you on a captivating voyage through the English language. Whether you've just started your journey or have been navigating the intricacies of English for some time, this podcast is designed to be your trusty compass, guiding you towards fluency and unlocking the wonders of English. I'm your host, Karen, a passionate traveller and an experienced teacher of English as a second language. Join me as we embark on an exciting expedition filled with British history read by a native speaker. Together, we'll conquer the challenges and celebrate the victories of learning English as a foreign language. Each episode of Listen Up will immerse you in a variety of topics, from aspects of British culture, history, and literature. We'll explore useful vocabulary that will empower you to communicate confidently in English. If you want to read along with the podcast, head to my website www.onepawinthesand.com/ESL. The link is in the description. But this podcast isn't just about learning English in isolation. It's about building a community of language learners, supporting one another, and fostering a love of the English language. I encourage you to engage with us through my Patreon page, where you can connect with fellow learners, ask questions, and share your own language journey. So, whether you're sipping tea in Tokyo, walking the streets in Sao Paulo, or studying in a bustling cafe in Berlin, Listen Up is here to accompany you on your quest for English fluency. Join me as we embark on this transformative expedition, where language becomes an adventure and your dreams of effective communication become a reality. Today's episode is called Halloween. Welcome, dear listener, to the most magical time of year. For me, when the crisp autumn air is infused with the tantalizing scent of pumpkin spice and the world transforms into a tapestry of vibrant colours, Halloween, a night of enchantment, mystery, and endless fun, is upon us. To truly appreciate Halloween, it's crucial to delve deeper into its mystical origins, where the veil between the living and the dead is at its thinnest. Halloween, originally known as Samhain, stands as a bridge between the ancient Celtic traditions and the modern-day festival of frights. The rich history of Samhain casts an eerie and enchanting light on this beloved holiday. Samhain, a word derived from Old Irish, marked the end of the harvest season and the beginning of the cold, unforgiving winter. As the final sheaves of grain were harvested and stored away, the Celtic people could sense the impending darkness creeping in. The days grew shorter, and the nights became longer, leaving a profound mark on the collective psyche of these ancient communities. This transition from the vibrant warmth of summer to the chilling embrace of winter was imbued with deep spiritual significance. The Celts believed that on the night of Samhain, which fell on October 31st, the boundary between the world of the living and the realm of the dead became permeable. This belief was not one born out of fear, but rather reverence for the cycles of nature and life itself. As the sun dipped below the horizon on Samhain, it was thought that the spirits of the deceased, as well as other supernatural entities, could walk freely among the living. The Celts would light enormous bonfires to guide the spirits, serving as both a beacon to help them find their way and a symbol of protection for the living. These fires cast an otherworldly glow across the landscape, and the warmth they provided was a comforting contrast to the encroaching cold. The tradition of costumes, now synonymous with Halloween, had its roots in this age-old belief. People would don disguises made from animal skins and heads to blend in with the spirits. The intent was not to celebrate fear, but to appease these wandering souls and ensure that they did not bring any harm to the living. By wearing these costumes, the living sought to confuse and deter malevolent spirits, who might mistake them for one of their own. This ritual was an act of respect for the deceased and a way to ensure their protection against the unknown. Now Halloween is all about embracing your inner creativity and donning a costume that embodies your wildest dreams or deepest fears. Whether you choose to be a whimsical witch, a daring pirate, or a mystical unicorn, the art of costume crafting is a thrilling adventure in itself. Dive into your imagination, rummage through thrift stores, and visit costume shops to curate the perfect ensemble. The bonfires, costumes, and offerings of food were all part of the elaborate Samhain celebrations, which sought to honour the cyclical nature of life and death. Over time, as cultures merged and evolved, the original Celtic traditions of Samhain fused with various other influences, such as Roman festivals and Christian celebrations, to create the Halloween we know today. Carving pumpkins at Halloween is a beloved tradition, with its origins rooted in a mix of folklore and history. This practice has evolved into an art form and is a quintessential part of modern Halloween celebrations. But why do we carve pumpkins? The tradition of carving pumpkins is closely associated with the Irish myth of Stingy Jack. According to the story, Stingy Jack was a cunning and devious man who tricked the devil on multiple occasions. When Jack died, neither heaven nor hell would accept him, so he was condemned to wander the earth with only a glowing ember inside a carved turnip to light his way. To ward off this wandering spirit, people in Ireland and Scotland began carving frightening faces into turnips or potatoes and placing them in windows and doorways during Samhain. When Irish and Scottish immigrants brought their Halloween traditions to North America, they encountered pumpkins, which were much more readily available than turnips. Pumpkins, being larger and easier to carve, were soon adopted as the preferred medium for creating these spooky lanterns. This transition gave birth to the now iconic Jack-o'-lantern. The practice of carving pumpkins and placing candles or other light sources inside them serves a practical purpose as well. Halloween is often associated with the eerie and supernatural, and these illuminated pumpkins serve as beacons to light the way for trick-or-treaters, or to add an extra dose of spookiness to their surroundings. The practice of children going door to door in costume, collecting sweets, chocolates, or lollipops can be traced back to several influences. The roots of trick-or-treating can also be found in ancient Celtic and Christian traditions. In the Celtic festival of Samhain, when people believed that the boundary between the living and the dead was at its thinnest, they would offer food and gifts to appease wandering spirits. This practice evolved into soul-ins in the Middle Ages, where the poor would go door to door offering prayers for the deceased in exchange for food. The Christian Church incorporated these pagan traditions into the Christian calendar. November 1st became All Saints' Day, a day to honour all saints, and November 2nd was All Souls' Day, a day to pray for the souls in purgatory. On All Saints' Day, soulers would go door to door asking for soul cakes in exchange for prayers for the departed. In Scotland and Ireland, the practice of guising became popular. Children dressed in costumes went door to door performing tricks, songs, or reciting poetry in exchange for treats, fruits, or coins. The term guising later morphed into disguising. When Irish and Scottish immigrants brought their Halloween traditions to North America, these customs began to blend with local Native American and colonial traditions. The Halloween celebration, including trick-or-treating, became more secular and integrated into American culture. The practice of trick-or-treating was somewhat revived during the Great Depression and World War II. Communities encouraged it as a way to bring people together and provide a safe, enjoyable activity for children. It was an opportunity for neighbours to share what they could during difficult times. After World War II, Halloween saw increased commercialisation. Sweet companies recognised the potential market and began marketing specifically for Halloween, contributing to the association of Halloween with sweet treats. Whether you're carving pumpkins, concocting spine-tingling snacks, decorating your home with terrifying decorations, or having a horror movie marathon with your friends or family, remember to cherish every moment of this magical All Hallows Eve. Happy Halloween! May your nights be filled with laughter, scares, and memories that last a lifetime. And that wraps up another episode of Listen Up. I hope you enjoyed learning about my topic today and practicing your English. Remember, the exploration doesn't have to end here. If you have any lingering questions or want to continue the conversation, I've got some great opportunities for you. First off, I offer private lessons for those of you eager to expand your knowledge further, whether it's practicing today's subject or exploring other topics. I'm here to guide you on your English journey. Reach out to me through my website or social media platforms, and let's embark on a personalised learning experience together. I have been involved with training people for more than 10 years. I've been teaching English as a second language for over a year, in which time I have taught over 500 students, many of whom are regulars. But wait, there's more. If you're a devoted fan of Listen Up and want to show your support, consider joining our Patreon community. Your contribution directly helps us bring you more episodes and maintain the quality of our show. Your support truly means the world to me, and we couldn't continue this podcast without you. So whether you choose private lessons or Patreon, or both, I look forward to staying connected and exploring the fascinating realms of English as a second language together. Thank you once again for joining us on Listen Up. Until next time, keep practicing.